Guys, for this month, we have dropped Murdered Midwest subscription to only $5.
That's over 30 bonus content episodes that include famous serial killers.
Like John Wayne Gacy and BTK.
And famous cases like O.J. Simpson, John Benet Ramsey, and Gypsy Rose.
And once you sign up, you'll get access to all of those episodes.
As well as like a new episode every Friday.
And the fastest way to sign up is by going through the link on our Instagram bio.
Click the subscribe to Murder Midwest and watch those locks disappear.
We really appreciate your subscription and your support. Thanks, guys. Are you looking to buy or sell in 2024? Let Amber White help you find your home sweet home. Amber is a local realtor to the Kokomo and Howard County area, and when I say she knows her stuff, she knows her stuff. When we decided to move closer to family, I literally messaged Amber and told her I wanted to sell my house, and then later I want to buy this house, and she made it all happen. Buying and selling is such an overwhelming process, but Amber seriously took care of every single step and eliminated all the stress for us. Her knowledge was invaluable, and while I say I never want to move again, I know exactly who to call if we decide to. Follow her on Facebook at Amber White, Realtor /broker with Carrie Gruhl and Associates, or you can give her a call at 765-865-1118.
This is Jonathan Keith, and you are listening to Missing Midwest, a true crime podcast about those that have gone missing. Today's story is about a little girl who went missing while playing hide and seek with her friends. The family has done everything they can to find her, but a mix of false information and serial killer rumors have been obstacles. Someone knows something.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Thank you for buying flowers from us for Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely crushed.
I am so glad Mother's Day is
Represent
over.
Jefferson. You guys turned up. I appreciate that.
It was a good holiday. It's crazy. It's Valentine's Day is like 2 days of craziness. Mother's Day is like 5 days. It's like the entire week, and I'm glad it's over. It was fun, though. I love it. I love being crazy busy at the shop.
Kayla got through all of it with a newborn, and then on Sunday to celebrate, she tore ACL.
I did do that. I did fall down the steps. It was like a whole flight of steps.
It was literally 3 inches out of our front door. That was it.
It was like a half a step.
It was like a third of a step.
Okay. It was a third of a step. I don't even know. I stepped down. I'm not athletic, y'all. I'm a klutz. I was holding baby Raylan, and I just sacrificed my body to protect her. And, it was triumphant, I would say.
Yeah,
just kidding. It was horrifying.
It was probably like the least graceful thing I've ever seen.
It was not graceful.
And I only saw half it.
Raylan didn't even cry. She's totally fine.
She was like, what did my mom just do?
She was embarrassed by me. Johnny, in an act of great heroism, is that a word? Heroism?
Sure.
He scooped Raylan up, and he was like, we have to go to the hospital. And he ran to the car, and then he turned around and was like, why are you still sitting there? And I was like, I can't walk. Also, she's fine. She's not even crying. And I need help getting up.
This is all
he
alleged.
just left me.
These are all alleged accusations.
Oh, it was not good.
We're surviving, though.
So we find out tomorrow if I have to have surgery. So that's exciting. I'm on crutches now, and it's not that fun. I'm, like I said, not athletic, and crutches take a lot more coordination than I realized.
You'll figure it out.
I'm just trying not to break something else on my crutches. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's where we're at right now. Trying to get through the end of school. Anything other updates you have?
As far as announcements go, just reminding you that we always have merch available. I wanted to say too, even if you're not wearing our merch or subscribing to the bonus content that you heard us talk about at the very beginning, you can always help our podcast by telling your friends about us.
Yes,
the best
please.
growth we have ever seen has come from individuals that post about us. Shout out to Dina Boersma. She has done a great job of this. Just posting about
the sweetest.
A shirt that she's wearing, or just about our episodes in general. So we appreciate that. And we know she's not the only one. So thank you guys who have posted about us. That's the best way we've seen. Oh, I heard about your podcast from my friend or something. We hear it all the time, and so we appreciate that a lot.
Or if you're our parents, you can just tell your waiters and waitresses and anyone
That's what my dad does.
Might walk by you.
My dad just did a walking billboard he's always been like that. Like when I ran Brothers and Cards, like he would just
he texted me and he was like, I just told the waiter at Outback about your podcast and he's gonna listen. And I was like, thanks, Jeff. I love it. I appreciate it every time.
My parents, Hall of Famers.
Jeff is single-handedly going to get every single person in Kokomo to listen to our podcast, and I love it.
He could do it. All right, today, speaking of hometowns, we're going to Thornton, Indiana, which is only about an hour from here.
It's Thorntown.
What did I say?
Thornton.
Thorntown. I'm sorry. Did I say Thornton? Like, I don't know why I said that.
I was like...
She looked at me like, what are you talking about?
Are we going to edit this out, or do you just want me to be like, what's going on?
No, we can just move on.
Okay, because you told me about this case, and I was like, I know where that is, and then you said Thornton, and I was like, holy crap, I don't know anything about this case.
Okay, sorry.
But then I realized you were wrong.
Thorntown.
It's fine.
Sorry, goodness. Thorntown. It's only an hour away from here.
It's not very far.
It's really not. Honestly, it's like every single one of these cases like hurts my heart, but every time it gets closer, it's like a different level. It's like a different element.
No, it's because, you know why? It's because we have kids now.
Well,
I'm telling you.
We have a little girl. I have a kindergartner.
I started the podcast because parents of the missing, it's insane.
We're going to talk about her dad here in a little bit, but he actually still lives in Tipton.
Oh my gosh.
We've been to Tipton 100 times.
I know. That's, yeah, when it's close to home, it hits different.
So Thorntown, is like northwest of Indianapolis. It's out there between Frankfort and Crawfordsville. Small town, population of 1,400. No Dollar Generals.
It is tiny.
Yeah, it was.
Is there even a stoplight there? I don't think there is.
I'm not sure if I've ever been there, but maybe I have. It's like one of those towns you drive through, out in the Midwest.
Yeah.
It's like a drive-through town. But yeah, it was there in Thorntown in 1986 where 6-year-old Shannon Sherrill was playing hide and seek with her friends. This was like a big game. There was like 10 different kids from like the neighbors, other families. They were all playing at Shannon's house. It was about 1:30 in the afternoon when the game got started. And we all remember doing this as kids. Or, we see kids playing now. Some kids can hide better than other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got a kid hiding behind like the mailbox that's like, you can see them completely. You've got some kids that climb trees. I remember like in youth group playing like hide and seek.
Shout out to Peter Bosson.
Climbing on roofs and stuff. But even I remember like as kids like finding good hiding spots and then seeing other kids like hide in the grass. You're like, everyone sees you, dude. So it's like, I'm sure it was fun. I'm sure it was a mixed bag of talents in this hide and seek game with these 10 little kids. Shannon was 6 years old. Like I said, she's in kindergarten. So, I don't know what the norm was for her in hiding, but I'm imagining that all the older kids that she's playing with usually know where to find her,
yes.
Right? Those games don't usually take a long time. So when the game was coming to an end and nobody could find Cheryl, the parents, her mom specifically, was obviously like alarmed.
Yeah.
They start calling for her, they're looking for her, everybody's starting to look for her, they can't find her. Mom reported her missing like that afternoon.
Good.
And like wasting no time. None of the other kids saw where she was hiding, but nobody saw her like leave her own yard either. They actually like that night brought bloodhounds in to trace her. And
so they got right on it.
Oh
too.
yeah. I think it was that night. It could have been the next day, but it looked like that night. They followed her scent to a nearby cornfield and then onto the local cemetery.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the scent stopped there. It was in October in Indiana, which if you live in Indiana, it could go anywhere from like 70 to 20 degrees. Like it is a mixed bag. They said it was actually like unusually warm that day. So none of the kids were like bundled up or anything. But that night it dropped to the 40s. So they were like frantically searching, hoping, she just wandered off, but also like knowing that it would be a brutal night if that were the case.
Yeah.
But, there was nothing. There were no signs. They found no evidence to lead to where Shannon had gone or, where she was taken. Many people came forward to help Shannon. I thought this was awesome. We talked about in the murdered case for yesterday, small towns, man. Like they band together for these things. So like all the family and neighbors like were coming forward, like what can we do? And police were like, hey, will you take a polygraph test? Which crime junkies were saying don't do that. But back in 1986, I'm sure they didn't know. And
it's always a good sign when people are like, I will take a polygraph test.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, like whatever you need, man. Like cross me off the list. Like let's find this girl. So like everybody just complied with anything the police asked for. The neighborhood kids, their parents like allowed them to talk to a hypnotist. Like they were trying to like recall memories.
Yeah.
Like hey, maybe a hypnotist can help you remember. Like, did you see any cars? Did you see any men on a bike? Anything extra like this that you maybe.
I hate when
I hate when people have to get so desperate, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they had nothing.
Like, psychics and hypnotists and, like, stuff like that. You're just, like...
grasping at straws.
Anything.
Well, I mean, speaking of grasping at straws, they actually talked to a psychic in the area.
Like her parents?
Like, no, law enforcement talked to a psychic. You know, just...
So they had...
My thing is, I always think psychics have, like, some, like, sketchy edge where it's, like... Somebody came in and was like confessing to them or something, and then they're like,
I don't care.
You know, I don't know.
I don't care if you want to tell me that your dead grandma told you where this little girl is. If that, I'll look. I'll make sure that you're probably crazy, but maybe we'll check.
Right. But like the whole town in general, though, was just like coming forward, trying to do anything they could. Like the effort was there.
Gosh.
You know, I would hope that, like, God forbid anything happened to our kids, but I'd hope that like Greentown would turn out like Thorntown did here.
Yeah.
Like and just help. They searched for like several days, like extensively, combing through, you know, the field where the dogs led to, the cemetery, their yard, like their property, you know, because
none of those kids saw anything.
None of the kids, no. And I'm thinking too, like when you play hide and seek with a bunch of kids,
thinking of an October
you
day
go and you hide and you watch where the other kids hide. You know what I'm saying? But like nobody saw her.
But I'm thinking too, just like a nice October day, playing outside. Like there was probably. And you said it was good weather, so I just picture like other people working in their yards and stuff. Like that's what happens in October. People go rake their leaves and they work outside. They get ready for winter and
yeah, I know.
That's crazy that nobody saw anything. Was it in a neighborhood? Do you know?
So it said that they lived in like I couldn't tell if it was like a mobile home or like a permanent trailer situation.
But like
so
other
like,
people around.
Oh yeah, you know. So you know it's and all these kids are coming from nearby houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you're a team of 1 or 1,000, Bo Digital can help make your marketing goals a reality.
Let's be honest, most of us who run our own businesses need help in the marketing category. Either you have no clue what an algorithm is or you just don't have time to mess with it, Bo can help you with that. They offer an a la carte menu of marketing services where you can take what you need. It can be your website, your socials, newsletters, or even blogs. Bo can help you take some of it off your plate and free up time for you to focus more on the things that you love. I personally use Bo Digital in my own small business, and I love them and the team that they have and the knowledge that they possess is far beyond anything that I could do on my own. If you're looking to grow your business, you have to put a bow on it. You can reach out to them on their website, bowdigital.com, or on Facebook, BOWE digital.com.
I mentioned Shannon was in kindergarten. They said she was like a shy little girl. She would not have like sought out a stranger or gone with someone she didn't know. She wouldn't have been able to travel far in the time frame that they played the game. Like it wasn't like hours. It wasn't like an hour long hide and seek game. You know, like it was like they played hide and seek with little kids, and then they were like, "Okay, where's Shannon?" Even for like when they started calling, like she would not have been able to travel far enough to not hear her name be called.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're 6 years old and you're shy. I mean, Roman's 6 and he's
not shy, but
no, but even then he couldn't travel that far as a 6-year-old.
Right. So like it's believed, which I agree, that someone took her.
Yeah.
Like, but who? And that's the question that they've had since that day in 1986. Her parents were divorced at the time of her disappearance, and you know they've always longed for answers, and ultimately to get their little girl back. 2003. Fast forward 2003, so
nothing.
it's 17 years,
and nothing happened.
They had nothing, absolutely nothing, and then in 2003, they got a call from a woman in Topeka, Kansas. Said, I am Shannon Sherrill.
What?
Your daughter. She sent them pictures of her when she was 12 and 19. The family was ecstatic. They talked to her like immediately on the phone, like where have you been? Like what's been going on? Like what's going on? She would give them snippets and just say like, I'm ready to come back. Like I want to come back to Indiana. I want to meet you guys in person. I'm excited to come back.
Is this going to be one of those freaking...
So Mike Sherrill, Shannon's...
people.
How about you let me tell the story?
I know, I'm just getting anxious.
Mike Sherrill, Shannon's father, still lives in Tipton to this day. He ran Sherrill's.
Yeah.
In Tipton.
Eat here, get gas.
Eat here, get gas. Yeah, the little diner gas station there.
It's like a kind of a landmark around here.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little diner gas station on the side of the road, and their sign, it says Sherrill's.
Yep.
Eat here, get gas, which is funny.
Yeah. So he actually did an interview with Indy Star back in 2013. And, he talks about like how he was just like absolutely on top of the world to know that his daughter was coming home. Like, he said that he kept asking, like, when can we go get her? Like, you know, we're talking to her all the time. Like, we're constantly talking to her, like, when can we go get her? They had obviously, like, told law enforcement about the call, and we're like, hey, you know,
I'd be, like, driving there the day.
Found, yeah. And law enforcement was, like, police were excited too, but they were like, let us ask some questions. Like, let's look into this before we bring her home. This lady provided them with phone numbers that she had previously had, addresses, and even a social security number. She talked about the school she went to in Indiana. I'm sure police were like pumped, like, cool, we got it, we found her. Like, 17-year-old cold case solved. However, they start, you know, fact checking all these addresses and phone numbers and stuff and social security numbers and the schools she's talking about. None of them checked out. Like, she was just throwing crap out there. Nothing made sense. Like, making it up. They did their own digging and found out that this lady was actually 35-year-old Donna Walker, who had absolutely no connection to the case and was just making everything up.
I hope somebody throat punches Donna Walker every day.
I
don't know where she's at, but
people absolutely
I want to kick her in the face.
I can't even believe this. They took this 100% seriously. She was extradited to Indiana and charged with identity deception and false reporting. She was determined to be mentally ill and pleaded guilty, and that landed her in prison for 18 months with 4 years of probation.
That's awful.
Which her dad called a slap on the wrist. Like,
that is.
I just, like, when I was reading this, I was, like, heartbroken for them because, especially I was, like, reading one of the articles, I was like, oh, crap, like, I can't do this case. Like, they found her.
I would literally
reading the case, like, happy about it.
I would literally say in, like, probably 20 to 30% of the cases I research of missing people, somebody does this.
Or calls or does something.
And gives the family false hope, and I want to kick them every single time.
Stupid. Oh,
I say it every time. Get a hobby.
Yeah.
There's a million things you could be doing.
I can't even fathom. Shannon's family was obviously, like, devastated. They went from, like, being overjoyed, getting their daughter back, to just a worse victim. Like, they're already a victim. Like, their daughter was taken, and now it's like your daughter was taken, and you have this freaking terrible human making it worse. In that article I was telling you about, the Indy Star,
and going to such extremes to make it worse.
Well, and, like, giving, like, police, like, here's my social security number.
Yeah,
like
some people
gosh,
just
like,
call.
She knows her
yeah,
I'm sure if you're the police, like, holy crap, she knows her social security number. Like, it has to be her.
She went
and then you check,
out.
you're like, that's not the right one.
Yeah,
you know, like, but like I said, in the Indy Star article, Mike Sherrill talked about how he just absolutely lost it when he found out it was a hoax. Like, he said, I was so close to getting her back.
Ugh.
And, like, I was on top of the world. And then, yeah, just brutal. Makes me, like, I feel sick to my stomach right now even thinking about, like, the high that you had to have been on. Like, oh my gosh, like, all my fears, like, she's fine. She's okay. She's coming home. Like he said, he kept saying, like, when can we go get her? Like, let's go get her right now. I could tell he's just, like, trying to go to his truck. And police are like, just give us a minute. Let's check a couple things out, you know, before you drive to Kansas. And, oh, man, it's awful. Awful. But Mike actually still holds out hope that she's out there. He said that he wonders, you know, what she looks like, if she is still shy like she was when she was little, and, you know, if he has any grandkids. I looked him up. So, like, Mike, if you're listening to this, like, props to you, man, for never giving up. Like, I respect that so much. Little Shannon's picture is Mike's profile picture on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
He actually posted about her on the 37th anniversary of her disappearance.
I cannot. That breaks my heart.
Crush me.
We were just in Tipton.
I know.
Last week.
We went to
Pizza Shack.
Pizza Shack, yep.
That's just so.
And then we went bowling at the bowling alley for Anderson's birthday.
We've been to Tipton twice in the past week.
Yep.
Like, that's just that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Johnny, question for you.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere in Kokomo and it wasn't our house and it wasn't the flower shop, where would I be?
Easy. Humble home.
Yes, you're right. You guys, listen up. Humble Home is my absolute favorite place to be for so many reasons. No matter what I am looking for, I always check Humble Home first. Clothes, shoes, toys, decor, furniture, makeup, they literally
always have something that I need. They have brand name items for cheap. Their inventory is constantly changing, so it's part of my weekly routine to do a Humble Home walkthrough. You absolutely need to stop by. I promise you won't be disappointed. While it is a discount store, it's not your average discount store. It's clean, organized, and everything has its place. I get zero anxiety when I go in, unlike other discount stores. And no matter what you're shopping for, a home project, gifts, home decor, even seasonal decor, they will have it. They are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 5. You can follow them on Facebook at Humble Home Kokomo and watch for new items every single day. And for our Lafayette, Indiana listeners, I have exciting news. They're opening a second location in Lafayette soon. As soon as I have the details, I will let you know their opening date. Get excited.
So in 2009, law enforcement added a new person of interest. A serial killer serving a life sentence for murdering little girls in Texas and Ohio. I mentioned earlier, Thorntown is like northwest of Indy, so we're a good ways away from Ohio where he committed the murder there. But it is in the Midwest, and obviously they found enough to count him as a person of interest. He was convicted of killing a 9-year-old girl, his friend's niece actually, in March of 1988 in Ohio. Publicly, like from what I could tell, that is the only connection that he would have to this case, that he was in the Indiana, Ohio area during the time of Shannon's disappearance. The killer's name is David Elliott Penton. He's a different type of monster. We're actually going to be talking about him in next week's Murdered Midwest episode.
Little tie-in there.
Yeah.
Good for you.
There will be.
I'm excited. I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
So you're going to enlighten me on this too. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, shameless plug, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe so you can hear about it next week.
It's only $5 right now. It's never been that cheap, but yeah. As far as Shannon goes, there have not been any significant updates that I've seen since 2013.
Gosh, it just makes me I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Was there any evidence at all? Anything that could be
They found nothing.
Anything that could be retested to this day?
They the only thing they had to go on was the dogs. Again? Which I'm a dog believer.
Yeah.
But it went to a field and then went to a cemetery, and they've searched and searched and searched.
But those kids are all older
nothing.
now. Is there anything? Have they talked to them again? Have they?
The only thing that makes me think about the kid scenario is if it was a big yard, they said she was shy, so she probably wouldn't be one to hide with other kids. She'd probably be loner.
I'm just saying I know that I'm not saying that they didn't say it. I'm just saying maybe as they're older, there's something else that they have thought of since then. Did they go, did they question every single neighbor? Did you see anything in the days leading up to her? I'm sure they did all of this, but I know. My gosh, I want to help.
I know.
If there's anything we can do.
Right. They, I think the person that was in charge of the cold case either let it go or resigned it back toward near 2013, and a new detective took over the cold case, which is why they had this Indy Star article, and they did a lot of things to try to revive it.
Still a cold case. I'm sure they're still looking at it.
Yeah, I mean they're still, from what I read, it's still an active investigation, and they are there's connections to David Elliott Penton that I don't know about, that they have not.
Okay.
So it's
is he alive? Or are you saving all this for the?
He is. He's still alive.
Has he been questioned?
He's in prison for life.
Has he been questioned? I have so many
sure
questions.
He has been. Obviously, but it's one of those things where he said that it was a one-time thing. He was extradited to Texas for stuff he did in Texas. So he's got a body count. He's a serial killer.
Okay.
But he has not. Yeah.
And he was in Indiana. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll save it. Subscribe. I'm gonna subscribe just so I know.
But as far whether it's him or what, I hope the family gets some answers eventually. They did everything they could. There really isn't, and there's the story of the crazy lady saying, I feel rage about that.
Yeah.
Donna Walker, shame on you. That's horrible, and just this poor family, and they're so close. It was a case that I wanted to do because it is so close.
It is super close to us. I mean, if there's anything, if anybody's listening, I know we have literal listeners in Tipton. We can see the city.
Right.
I mean, if anyone has any connections, and I mean, we have a significant, we've got quite the following here on Missing Midwest. I mean, if there's anything we could do to help, let us know. I mean, I hate cold cases, and the whole point of this podcast was because as a parent, I cannot imagine a missing child. And I think as many eyes and ears that can go to a case, the better. So
I agree. Well, guys, thanks for listening, and we're going to have some more episodes for you next week. Just, as summer gets here, as kids are playing outside more and more, I'm just, as a parent, as a true crime podcast host, I'm just, take a second look, take that extra look. If they're playing out, then you're like, oh, I don't want to check on them.
Yep.
Oh, I just checked on them 5 minutes ago. Go check on them again.
Check on them if they're not yours.
Send your husband to check on them. Like, that's the Kayla will be like, go check on the boys. I'm like, I just did. Go check on them again. Okay. Like, please do. Please do. Because, man, this kind of stuff just breaks my heart. And
Yeah.
I just want to see it happen never again. So we appreciate you guys listening, and we'll see you next week. This podcast is a So.Will.I.Studos production. So will I.
One of the best decisions I've ever made for myself is something I never thought I would do. You want to know my secret? Hiring a cleaning company. Like, who does that? I never thought I would say that I'm going to have my house cleaned for me. But in this season of life, with young kids and sports and work and side hustles, I had to decide how I wanted to spend my free time, and cleaning was not on that list. Stanley Cleaning Company has given me my free time back. They come once a month, and they sweep and mop my entire house and clean my bathrooms for me, and let me tell you, it is my favorite day of the month. Coming home to a sparkling clean house and knowing that I just saved 3+ hours of my time to spend with my kids is such a mental health game changer for me. It doesn't matter who from their team comes, they leave my house shining. And the best part is it's affordable. Christine offers an a la carte menu. You can do a general or a deep cleaning, just a sweep and a mop. You can do once a month or every week, a spring cleaning or a pre-party clean. She even has a postpartum mom clean that happens while you're in the hospital having your baby, and I can attest to that. It is amazing. Give them a call today for a free quote, and I promise it will be the best self-care you can imagine. You can find them on Facebook at Stanley Cleaning Company, or you can give her a call or a text at 765-860-3606.